This is the Fisker Karma. It's an electric vehicle with extended range, and what it is an electric car with an onboard generator. So you can go as far as you want and drive wherever you want, whenever you want, and get the power and efficiency of an electric car. It gets better mileage and lower emissions than the leading hybrid at the moment, and it has world-class style that will be very exclusive. You'll be the only person on your street with it.
Now, I've always been a fan of the Karma, but like one of the questions I've had, because it looks like nothing else on the market. It doesn't look like anything electric. It doesn't look like anything
hybrid or anything.
It's just in a class of its own. How long did it take from paper to market to develop?
Less than 4 years, which is much faster than industry standard. The company was started in the late 2007. We started work on the car in 2008, and it was in showrooms before the end of 2011. And that's an incredibly fast time to develop a car, especially a new one from scratch with all new technology.
Like, so just speaking on some of the design points, like you can't take your, like, I love the color, the paint, the crystalline flakes.
Yeah. Actually, the flakes in the car are bits of recycled glass. Our brand is about environmental consciousness. So it's not just driving a zero-emission electric car, it's about everything in the car. So you've got the recycled glass flake in the paint. You've got leather that's made in a 100% energy self-sustaining plant with a low-impact process. You've got recycled materials, other recycled materials in the car. You can even order the car without leather at all for animal-friendly people in a high-grade textile. We've got the world's largest solar panel on a car. That actually extends the range of the car by 200 miles or more per year. And in fact, most of the car is made of aluminum, which is recyclable. So we try to take lower our carbon impact wherever and whenever we can through the whole design process.
So the Karma is currently on the market. What can a potential customer expect to pay?
The car starts a little under $96,000, and you can option it out to about $116,000.
So with the options, what can we expect?
Oh, there are actually very few options. It's mostly about the interior trim. So you can get basically leather or that eco chic, the animal-free interior I was telling you about. And there's some other options in like a review camera and things like that. And of course, that paint that you're looking at over there is an option as well.
Awesome.
We call that diamond dust paint.
So we're in the Nissan Leaf right now. This is an all-electric vehicle from Nissan. The range is about 100 miles on a full charge, and charging times vary. At home, wall outlet where you plug in your microwave or your cell phone or whatever could take about 20 hours to get a charge on that voltage. If you plugged it into a higher voltage charger, it would take about 7 hours at home. Or if you found one fast charging station, you can actually charge this baby up in about a half an hour. All right, but the fast charge stations are really not very popular right now, and they are few and far between. But in the future, you'll start to see those fast charging stations like along interstates like 95, along Interstate 5 in California. But that's charging and that's range. Right now we're at 103 miles worth of range.
Wow.
And that probably won't change until the end of the day. Because every time I go around this circuit, I accelerate, but I also use the brakes.
Nice.
And every time I use the brakes, I'm actually charging up the batteries a little bit at a time.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's something called regenerative braking. And all of these cars use it to help extend their range.
That is pretty all kinds of awesome.
Pretty neat, huh?
So with that charge, how long, like if you're driving down 95, how far would you get before you need to recharge?
Well, if you're doing highway speeds, you're not going to see the same type of range.
Okay.
You got a couple factors against you there. One, and the big one, is wind resistance. When you're driving at 70 miles an hour, you are pushing a lot of wind out of your way.
Okay.
And so that's going to cut down on your range.
Okay.
The worst range we ever saw was around 62 miles per charge.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fast driving,
Okay.
a lot of highway driving. In town, though, this thing could easily go upwards of 120 miles on a full charge.
Can you tell me a little bit about the car?
Absolutely. This is the Prius plug-in hybrid vehicle, also known as the Prius PHV. This is actually taking the existing Prius and adding a plug-in component to it. The plug-in component will allow you to drive this vehicle on all electric for about 11 miles. After the 11 miles expire, it drives like a conventional Prius, meaning it goes back and forth from gas to electric. If you are driving an all-electric, you are getting the MPGe of 95 miles per gallon. If you decide not to plug this in and run this on electric, it still gets the same great gas mileage of 51 in the city and 49 miles per gallon on the highway.
Not bad.
Okay. All right. So this model actually is coming out. This vehicle actually allows you to have 530 miles on cruising range. Once the electric does expire, you don't have the range anxiety associated with all electric vehicles. In other words, once the 11 miles do expire, again, it just drives like a regular Prius. This model is $32,000.
Okay.